Good evening, everybody. Hello, this is Curtis from All the King's Horses. Hope everyone's had a wonderful day today. Today is my second to the last day of my summer. We start back school on Monday. Well, driving the bus going back to school. This was my project for the summer that I did. We've gotten the wheels back up on it. Gotten the turbine wheels or hurricane wheels. Some people call them turbine, some people call them hurricanes. But anyway, we got them back on the wheels and tires. Got the toolbox back up on there. Got the winch, everything back in the box. Got it all mounted up. Recut out the hole for the winch. Now it works a little bit better. Live and learn how to do that. Cut it out bigger now. It slides back and forth. Got the tire changer mounted to the trailer. Going to double as a spare tire carrier also. And if I had a flat, I could fix it on the way. And the only thing I don't have is air. And I'll probably get me an air tank and have that mounted, and may get an inverter for the Tahoe where I can plug up the air compressor, and that way I have air, and I think that would be neat. I'm going to get me an umbrella. Well, I got one, and I think I'm going to figure out some way of mounting it to the trailer. That little cylinder there, I think I might be able to make something work and mount it to that, and then I'll have a shade to work under. But anyway, we've got it back on the ground, as they say. I got the tail lights on it. Got to get some wire protector, and then I'm gonna run that and enclose all them wires and make that look right. And I painted those lights to match the wheels. Just had some extra paint, so I used it up. And gonna paint that tire changer. I'm gonna paint it from red to the metallic blue, and I think it'll look good. But as far as I can say, it's almost back, ready to go. We've got to get some more wood, figure out what I'm going to do with that. As far as staining it, cleaning it up, may end up having to get some new wood. Some of it broke. Some of them bolts were hard to get out that the previous owner used, and had to cut some of those out. But as far as that, it looks like it's ready to roll. Got to still paint the lift springs. Just waiting on funds to come in to get some more paint. Kind of tight during the summer when you're not working and you're not drawing 30 hours a week. You're only getting, to say, probably 5 hours actual time we get our benefits paid to us. We still get paid during the summer, but it's not very much. But that's the joys of being a bus driver. Would like to do something else, make a little more money during the summer, but I sure do enjoy having the summertime, the holidays and everything from driving the bus. That's part of the benefits of it. But like I say, we got the old Dodge running back. Got it running today again, and we didn't get quite to it. I was going to put the transmission in it this summer. Didn't quite get to it. Didn't quite get finished with the Mini. There's still some things to do on it. I got Bullet out there that still working on. That's going to be probably a lifetime project. I finally did get the rear end built on it, and hopefully I built it right. If not, then we'll start over and do something else. or try to find another one that's already together. And I got my PT Cruiser that I need to put a hood and fenders on. Like I say, ran out of time this summer. That might be something that we show later on, Saturday, Sunday thing. As we move on, we still got some pretty days ahead. Winter's not too far along, but it's far enough along that we might be able to still get it in this year before the winter comes. But the main thing this summer was just trying to stay busy, doing something instead of staying inside and not doing anything. I watch all you guys that have your videos and enjoy that very good. A few of you guys that I watch Jonathan, I watch JC, and enjoy you two guys very much. Love your projects y'all do. Love Jonathan and all his engines and motorcycles. That's so cool. He just seems like he's pretty knowledgeable, and that just amazes me that you can take scrap aluminum pistons and melt them down and make an engine block. That just pretty cool. That amazes me. And then I watch Mr. Heavy Chevy all the time too, and like his things he does. And then I watch a gentleman that 64 Impala. He's building a rat rod called the Dozerlac, and that's a pretty good, neat project. He's pretty funny. I don't know if y'all seen him, but he's pretty funny. I like him. And then of course I watch another gentleman that his name's Ron. He's with Midrest Truck, and he's a tow truck driver up there, and he has some big tow trucks, and enjoy watching him. And I like watching YouTube and watching the different things, watching different things that people do, and hope people enjoy watching what I do. I'm not any way fancy or famous or whatever. I'm just a common folk that's doing things the best I can with what I got. And a lot of people are like that out there. Well, this turned out to be a video about the trailer. It's turned into a little blog, but that's fine. My chance to talk a little bit. But people out there are trying to make it, and we're all making it. The good Lord has blessed everyone with your own special abilities. Some of you, you got more special abilities than others, but we all have one thing in common. We like to get out there and do something and work with our hands and build stuff and enjoy life. I try to enjoy life as best as I can. Like I say, I always say, life is short. Summer was short for me, but it seems like I did get quite a bit done on this trailer. That thing was a mess. It was a mess. I worked hard and got it sanded down, grinded down, filled in, holes filled, and it turned out, I think, pretty nice. You can still see some of it where the welds are, but it still don't look like it's slapped together, and that's what I mainly want to do, just make it look decent. And once I get the boards in there and get them stained or painted or whatever I'm going to do with them, I think it'll look even better. But I think the wheels turned out really neat. Jonathan said he liked those, and they look real good now on the tires. Those are really neat, and we had fun putting those on there. A little wider than the wheels that we had on there, so we really had to work at them. My big boy Ben, his 400 pounds came in handy when pushing tires, pushing rims against the tires and holding them while we use this little bitty air compressor. I do need to invest in me a bigger air compressor. I'm not sure what to go with. If I need to go with an 8-gallon that would get me by, or something bigger for air wrenches and ratchets that I want to do. Air gun, my air. I got me an air gun, spray gun from Harbor Freight. They had a coupon, got it on sale real cheap. That's like a $50 paint gun, and I got it for like $10, which is a real good deal. Got the coupon out of I think it was a Hot Rod magazine, and so I jumped on that. Thought that was pretty neat, and so I didn't paint the trailer with that. I painted the trailer with an electric air gun, paint gun, and we did the house with that gun also, and done pretty good. Still got one side of the house to do, and like I say, waiting on the money to come in. It's expensive for the house paint because it takes 2 to 3 gallons to paint the one side of the house, and at $22 a can, it's a little expensive to come up with. Where this Rust-Oleum was less than $10 a quart, which it took 2 quarts to paint what I got, so it came out pretty good. And of course, 1 spray can of the blue metallic did the toolbox. I think 3 cans. I used 3 cans on the wheels, get them painted up right. But I know it's a long video, but I just had a few things I wanted to talk about, and but like I say, I really like what I've done with the trailer. I hope y'all do too. And like, y'all comment down and tell me what y'all recommend for a small compressor that I can use around the house. I don't want some big shop compressor because I don't have a shop. I don't have somewhere to keep it. I have a small storage building that I can put it in, and I'm thinking 8 to maybe a 12-gallon compressor. I've seen one at Walmart that's about that size, or maybe I can get one, from Harbor Freight or something like that. But anyway, I've seen that it said that you need 8 gallons or more to run that air gun, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. But anyway, like I say, got a new subscriber. Wanted to thank him for subscribing, and if y'all will continue to get the word out there that I'm new out here and trying to get going, and like I say, there will always be something that I'll probably be doing eventually, once I get back going, and we'll have car shows, and I'm going to start showing the Cruiser again once I get the fenders and hood back on it. The hood is really gotten scratched up real bad, and the fenders gotten real scratched up bad from sitting here around the house, and I'm gonna make me a new car cover, and one that's not the normal car cover. It's a thick moving blankets that you use to move stuff with. I'm going to sew them together and sew it inside of a car cover, and that way it will work as protection, and it will be heavy, and it won't move around, and it will cover it up until I can eventually I want to put me a double carport that I can park the Cruiser under, and you know, possibly the Dart, the Mustang, or you know, something that I can keep under there. You know, like I say, I was going to build a carport right here where the trailer is, and that's where I was going to park the cruiser. But it turns out that I live here in town, so I'm limited to what I can do, and you got to get permits for all that. But what I was going to do is I wasn't going to mount it to the house. You can get by with it if it's considered portable and it's removable. But I had the trailer out in the street, and you know, it wasn't too far out. I had it halfway up on the yard, but turns out that this little strip that, if you can see here, like on the neighbor, you can see where the sidewalk is. But that little strip out there, I thought, well, I could get by with putting, you know, the trailer halfway on it and halfway in the street. Well, it turns out I can't, because the city owns that little strip, and then plus there's a city ordinance that says you can't park a trailer of any kind out on the street. So I had to move the trailer up on here, which I was going to move it up in here because I was going to work on it and clean it up and whatever. Well, the truth was, I wasn't even going to fool with the trailer. I wasn't even going to mess with it. I wasn't even going to do anything with it. I might have just was going to slap some paint on it. I wasn't going to, you know, do anything. I was thinking about just slapping black paint on it, but I got to thinking, you know, all the trailers out there are either black or red, and so I thought, well, I wanted to paint it something different, be different than somebody else. You know, you got to be different. You got to be different. If you're going to do something, do it different than everybody else. You know, don't live in copy. You know, but anyway, that's what happened there. Cause on that deal, and I was going to build a car cover to put the cruiser under, and possibly I was going to put a concrete strips for the tires to sit on, and then, you know, get another carport, a double carport out here that we could put the other cars under, and keep them out of the weather, and keep the hailstones off of them, and you know, and then I could have moved the barbecue trailer back to the backyard. Oh, I wanted to show y'all that when I had it here. This trailer, the grill part, the big part on top, the barrel, was made out of oil fill casing that my father-in-law got, and he built that. He welded that up and built that, and he built the legs up, and he had it on some steel wheels and handles, and you rolled it around on these steel wheels. Well, the handles broke on it. You know, I inherited after he passed away, and then I decided, well, I wanted to make it more mobile, so I had found an old cotton trailer. It was called a Kobe trailer, and I took the front part of it out of it, which was a steering axle, but we made it stationary, and we made the tongue where it wouldn't move, made it solid, and then we took Chevrolet spindles out of a 80s model Chevy truck and welded them on there. We cut the spindles off of the cotton trailer and had those welded on there, and then we got some steel plate that looks like diamond plate and steel tubing, or steel pipe, and my son built the base and put the spindles on there, and he built that in high school back when he was in welding shop, and so he knows how to weld. He's not, I guess he did pretty good. He does better than what I do, by all means. But of course they had bigger welders and stuff there at the school. We just have a simple little welder here, and for little bitty stuff. And which I'm fixing to get that thing going because we got a lot of fabrication we got to do on the old Escort out there, the Bullet. We've got to weld up some, lift spring hangers, and we got to build motor mounts and all kinds of stuff for that thing. And so that's why we got that welder there. And we got to weld the fenders on this trailer here. And once I get more fenders for this one, we'll weld those on and have those stationary. And the wheels there, they're Chevrolet wheels, so their same lug pattern as the Tahoe. So we got one trailer same lug pattern as one of the pickups, and then one trailer same lug pattern as the Tahoe, which is quite pretty neat. And we had wagon top wheels on the Dodge, and we had wagon top wheels on the barbecue trailer because we had those two to go together. And but like I say, he went with those factory turbine wheels. We found those off of a Ram Charger, and we got those and put them on there. And we kind of think that looks neat on the truck. And then, like I say, I found these at the place where I had gotten the Mustang front end, which is on Bullet now, and then the back end of the Mustang, which we're going to make into, like I say, an entertainment center. Kind of made a shelf, kind of made a table out of it now. Right now, kind of turned on its back upside down and put wood in the back of it and made like a shelf for all my stuff in the back, because I had a bunch of stuff in the front of the house, and we had to clean up the house and move stuff around and make it presentable. The city kind of didn't like the way I stored things around the house, and which I don't blame them. I was kind of getting a little bad, and like I say, I've seen a video of my workbench out in the backyard. It's a mess. And but anyway, I better get off here. I've kind of went long. But anyway, like I say, like I've always said before, life's short. Get out there and do something. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your family. Go out and find you something, an old car or whatever, old project. Mess around with it, do something. Like I say, that's what I'm going to do from now on. Once I get these other projects done, then I'm going to acquire something else and build it. I really wish that I had a house out in the country and a lot of space out there in a big shop. Someday maybe I'll get that. We're working on it. And like I say, there's lots of stuff out there that I'd like to get a hold of. Found an old 64 Ford Econoline van that I would like to get and make into a hot rod. I had never seen a Econoline van made into a hot rod. I've seen the pickups made into it, or the old Dodge T100s, stuff like that made into hot rods and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm gonna jump off here, let y'all go, back to your regular stuff. I'm sure you are tired of watching and hearing me, but anyway, we're gonna sign off here. The old Buick there, Bullet over there. But anyway, like I say, get you a little picture of the trumpet lines. They're kind of neat. I don't know if you can see them. It's getting dark around here. It's about sunset. But anyway, I'm gonna sign off here. It's Curtis from All the King's Horses. See y'all next time.